we even start, press that subscribe button. Trust me, you'll want to stick around. This is Who Said What, where my sister Nira and I dive into life, culture, and the things that people think but don't say out loud. She overshares, I think before I speak, most of the time. We've lived all over. Egypt, the US, Dubai, Europe, so we've seen the best and worst of everything. Relationships, careers, family chaos, and unspoken rules that make absolutely no sense. No fluff here, no filters, just real talk, occasional wisdom, and a lot of, did we really just say that moments? Now let's get into it. Hi everybody, we're back with another episode of Who Said What? I'm Heba.
I'm Nira.
Today we're talking about a topic that seems to be, I was going to say on everybody's mind, but it seems to be on my mind more than anybody else's. We're talking about romance, and if romance is dead.
Her favorite subject.
It is my favorite topic, isn't it?
It is.
I have not much to say about it. I have a lot to say about it, and I have not very much to say about it. But it's a favorite topic.
It is a favorite topic.
Yes.
She was romance like hell when you were a teenager.
No, but the reason why I came up with that topic, because we said we want to talk about relationships and things like that. And then I came across, what was it, like a month ago?
No, less. It was a couple of weeks ago.
A few weeks ago?
We were rummaging through my mom.
I was looking for something.
My mom's like all these papers that we have in drawers, and she found this envelope with a bunch of
I found this massive
love
envelope,
letters.
a DHL envelope, right? With all of these love letters.
From her boyfriend when she was 14?
14, 15. And then there was somebody it was
oh my God, what's his name from the French school?
From the French school in Kuwait when I was 10, and it was 1988. I was like, my God.
And you reconnected with him as friends. He's an amazing artist.
Yeah.
Like, wow. Amazing artist, anyway.
Anyways, so I was reading them, and I think when I was reading them, I was thinking, you know, when you read your old love letters, you think, oh my God, you're going to cringe. It's going to be so cheesy.
Mom threw mine. My letters that I used to get.
Who did you get letters from?
I used to get letters from Ahmed.
You got letters? No,
you got letters? I got letters from Ahmed when he was in military school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for a year, maybe two.
For a year? You guys were dating? For how long?
No, we weren't dating. He just sent me
weren't?
letters. He just liked to send me letters.
I used to get mixed tapes, remember?
He was fed up.
Yeah, to me, Nira's boyfriend reminds me, all I can think of is fade up, because when he was talking to you once, he said, I'm really fade up with this. And I was like, fade up? Didn't mean fed up? Anyways.
It took me a while to know what he was saying when he said it to me. I was like, fade up? What the hell is he saying?
That probably killed the...
Oh my God, I don't care if you're fed up with me.
That probably killed the momentum of the argument.
There are other things that killed the momentum of the whole thing, but that's besides the point.
But the love letters didn't make you all feel all warm and fuzzy?
They were cute. They were sweet. The
Why did Mom throw them?
Because they were in this bamboo thing, you know, that thing that looks like an omba? We still have it.
Mm-hmm.
They were
just tossed everything out?
They were inside, and then I looked through it recently, and I didn't find any of the letters. I always kept them there. Maybe I put them somewhere else, but I doubt it. I'm going to look through some bags and see if I can find them. But the cutest thing I had that he did for me was, remember I was saying it the other day, I was leaving the house we were leaving the house to go to school. And our school, we lived in Zamalek, and our school was in Maadi, so we had to leave really early. And then there was a paper posted on the door as I was leaving for me.
So that's like stalker behavior. So that means he was there at night?
No, that means he was there either that or really his school was around the corner. He went to IGCSE, so his school was around the corner.
From where we lived?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so cute, by the way.
So yeah, he had put the letter. He had soccer moments.
Obviously.
Yeah.
He's coming in, he's creeping up.
He almost drowned me at the pool one time.
Oh, how romantic.
It was ridiculous. No.
How did that happen?
No, I was Nadi Gazira, and he happened to be there. I was swimming in the pool, and then all of a sudden somebody yanks me down. Like I didn't see him, and he was in the pool, and he like pulled me down in the water, and I freaked out. I yelled at him too.
Like the bullies in the sandbox.
He thought he was being
throwing
cute.
sand in your face because he thought he loves you, but he doesn't know how to.
Exactly.
He's fade up. He doesn't know what to do anymore. Okay, so basically, what do you, I mean, I don't think people get love letters anymore, right?
I don't know.
Do people?
I don't know. If they don't, you're missing out on.
Do people
DMs.
write love letters?
DMs that you can
Do you
delete.
get DMs Love letter? Like, what would you get as a love? Like, it's not a love letter. It's like a love note, right?
Yes, I used to get. So I've gotten quite a few of those on Instagram and on WhatsApp. Like,
what did you get?
Sometimes kinky shit. The usual kinky shit, of course.
Okay,
always.
We're not talking about love then. We're talking about sex now again.
But hey, with guys, the line is very blurry, these days. So you never know. It's these days. Back then. Okay.
But that's what I'm trying to. That's what we need to see. What is? No, I'm talking about that sweet love that you get, like those letters that I had. It's like, oh, I love you, I miss you, I'm thinking about you.
I got one before.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, once? And how do you feel about
the
them?
The other one was an apology. It was very cute.
Did it make you like him more? Yeah. Were you guys dating?
No.
I just remember.
See, but it made her like him more.
Actually, I just remember I got one from what's his name? My ex Hafnawi that.
You said you got a poem.
Did I get a poem?
You remember you got a poem, and you said it was kind of cheesy. But a poem to me is different from
what the guy
from a love letter.
The guy didn't know how to write English. He's writing
okay, so
a poem.
It's not Hafnawi then that wrote you a poem. It's somebody
else.
It
was a gift wrapped in a letter. It was too smart. It was too cool.
Really?
Yeah. I was unwrapping the gift. He just he kept telling me not to not
tear the paper.
Literally. And then after I unwrapped the gift, it was a letter. It was a love letter.
This is cute.
That is cute.
We were dating for 3 years.
3 years, okay. So what?
3 years.
2 weeks ago he did this to a girl. He confessed her and she said no. خلاص it's over بقى. He thought that she's still playing with him يعني خلاص. He wrote a letter and put it on her car and how he loves her. هي خلته قطعه.
That is horrible.
Brutal.
I would sell the car. Who the fuck knows my car? Both they work in the same place.
Don't show where you eat. It's another thing, though. I've done that a few times. I've dated a couple of guys I worked with. Bad.
Yeah, for sure. That is dumb.
But actually, no. It was. I was about to break up with him. He knew it too. So
you wrote the love letter and then you stayed with him.
He sent me no.
It just prolonged the breakup.
He sent me this long letter and then he drew. Remember, he drew the guy to show people.
Oh yes, I remember that
letter. And there was
no letter. It was just caricatures.
No. It was a long letter, and it was sweet because
in Arabic?
In English, and his English wasn't that good, but it was sweet.
Oh, see, this is before ChatGPT.
Yes,
so that's a lot of effort there.
No, it was handwritten.
Oh, that's
because
nice.
he drew a picture of me from the back. From the back, not a very good one. I'm like, I look like that. I need to lose weight quickly. Oh God! But he liked me anyway, so who cares?
Okay, what do you think is the definition of love? Is it different what it was 30 years ago?
I don't even know what the definition of love is to begin with. Yani. There was more romance, I think, back then. There was more
because we didn't have all the tools of WhatsApp.
Letters are just different. You know what I'm saying? When you're forget romance between a guy romance between couples. When we used to, when we used to go to college and I used to come back in the summer, my friends from college used to send me letters.
Yeah, me too. My girlfriend used to send me
which is sweet. It was sweet to get. You know what I'm saying? It's sweet to get letters. Oh, they're telling me, they're updating me about what's happening while I'm here and they're there. Oh, Nira, you won't believe the guy that I was interested in. We met, we hung out together, we're dating. So it's like you just have to wait longer to get the message. But when you got it, it was nice.
But I think that was okay. There's a book that I read recently called Ikigai. It's about the Japanese and the way they live a longer life and more fulfilled life, okay? So I don't remember
those are people that live to 105,
in the blue zones and things like that. But I don't think it's about that. It's about basically
nobody knows what the blue zone is, Heba, okay?
The people that live that live longer, okay? They're called centenarians that live up to 100. They're not young. They live a long life. No, but that basically they were saying in that book, he was saying how the Japanese tend to focus on one thing at a time. Okay, so they do one thing at a time and they do it more fully, right? They're more focused on it. Whereas nowadays, we have this epidemic of multitasking.
So
and we think we're more efficient. But actually, science has proven that we're less efficient, we make more mistakes, and we forget things more. But I actually was thinking about that in the sense of connection and love. Because when you think about 30, 40 years ago, when you were in a relationship, there was nothing else. You're in a relationship fully with that person, and there isn't much distraction. Everybody's in their own lane or doing their own thing. Whereas now is like the whole, by the way, like dating apps. You swipe, how many people does somebody who gets on a dating app, do they look and they're like, oh, this girl, I feel I can really connect with her? No, they're just kind of filtering through hundreds of people. Okay. So they're not really, so it's basically, they're kind of multitasking. Do you think? Love has become a thing of multitasking.
When I got onto, what was it called?
Actually, yeah, that's what it is. It's like love has become not about this connection that you feel with the person. It's basically about trying to find the person that fits all of your different needs without necessarily the deep emotion. I don't know. I feel like friendships are even like that now.
Well, it's so funny though, but is it loneliness as well though? Because one of my exes always, like, we've been hanging out now. We've become friends actually.
Yeah, Nira's thing where she becomes friends with her exes.
I always
besties,
like, serious besties, and he like loves talking to me because. No, he's not. He's far from it. But so he always wants to talk to me. But
I would have kicked him to the curb, sweetheart.
Why? As a friend?
Yes.
I lost my train of thought, you cow.
Okay, he calls you, he likes to talk to you and share things with you. So he was talking to you the other day, we were talking about how multitasking, love, connection, loneliness.
Thank you. Thank God, Heba. Oh my God, I'm losing my mind. So one of the things he always asks me, he's like, aren't you, because I'm single again, obviously, aren't you lonely? And I'm like, no, I'm really not lonely, actually. And that's like, I feel like an overriding fear of his. He's just like, I don't like being alone, and I feel lonely. And so is it love, or are you just afraid to be lonely and filling that void? You know what I'm saying? Afraid to be by yourself. Because a lot of people have to have that companionship because they don't like to feel lonely. Like, what is it that they say? Women that are single above the age of whatever thrive, and men don't. So it's like men as much as it's. By the way, it's true.
By the way, there's a study that shows that women who stayed married later on in life,
after the kids
die sooner than men who, if men stay married longer, they live longer. See the irony of this.
You suck the energy out of us.
Yes. They suck us dry.
And then when he said that, I was like, wow, there's that. And I felt empowered a bit because I'm like, I know I don't feel lonely because I enjoy my company, and even if you really know how to fill your time.
But maybe he's defining it as loneliness, and maybe it's just connection that he wants.
Yeah.
Connection is the opposite of loneliness.
Yeah. Good point, Shadi. Well, no, but it's true. Everybody wants to feel connected. I think that's one of the most important things in life. Like that guy. What's that guy called? The one who wants to live like forever, be immortal, Brian Johnson.
The one that's on Netflix has that.
Yes,
he does all this stuff. Where he does all this stuff where he gets in like a infrared bed.
To me, I don't get the point of that, because even if you live to, let's say, 150 years old, why would you want to be? He lives like an isolated life. Seems like it. I don't think he dates. I don't think he has like real. Well, I don't know what. In that sense, he doesn't really talk about his personal life. He just said a few times how he dated, but the women are kind of not really into his lifestyle. But I can't imagine that he's so regimented in his lifestyle. How can anybody it's difficult to make space for somebody to be in that space with you. But at the same time, how can you feel fulfilled if you don't have a deep connection with somebody? Like if it's just like you wake up in the morning, you do your workouts, you take your 100 pills a day and supplements, and then what? It's just like day in, day out. That to me is a miserable existence. I would prefer to be connected and live a shorter life.
I think that sort of softens the blow.
That's why he's able to do it. He sold his company for $800 million. But that's why he's able to do it. But still, I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. Like a lot of these people in the blue zones that actually live longer is because they have a very strong sense of community. They have family life is very important for them.
The Japanese are especially like that.
I don't know, but anywhere, like when they studied the centenarian, the people who live long in the blue zones in Italy,
Who else is
Sardinia, somewhere like that, the Mediterranean, is these people that actually connect on a daily basis.
So, Anna, for me, do you have to be in a relationship for that, or do you have to be or do you have to have relationships in general? You know what I'm saying? In relationships, does it have to be romantic, or can it just be a relationship with your family, with your kids?
You still need I'm still of the viewpoint that you need.
Really, because I know a lot of people that are married that look miserable.
Yeah, that's a different thing.
I'm single and they look way more miserable. So that's what I'm saying. So are you gonna forego your mental health because you're afraid to be lonely?
No, that's not what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying you want to be connected with somebody. I'm not talking about, for sure, most of us, I think 75% of us are in wrong relationships. Okay? So we don't feel fulfilled and we don't have, but I think it's very important to be in a relationship. You can't have like the family, the friends, sure, but you need more than that. It's like, okay, like your favorite topic.
So I have to be in a relationship then to be happy?
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I'm just saying, and it's subjective, by the way. And for me, I feel like if I'm not connected to somebody in a relationship...
Okay, and what if you're in a relationship and you're not connected with that person, but you're just staying in the relationship because...
And you're slowly dying. Which I've felt at times.
So in that case, it would be better to be single.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to be single for long. I wouldn't want to be single for like years.
I mean, of course, Yanni, I don't like being single, but Yanni, correction. I'd rather be single than be in the wrong relationship. That's how I see it. I want that deep connection, but I won't do it at the expense of my health, or I'll be miserable. Or
for sure not.
You know what I'm saying? So
especially that you're in your mid-40s. You don't want to now go into the wrong relationship. I mean, when you're 20s and 30s, you're impulsive, you're stupid, you get into relationships that are probably not the best thing for you. But although I feel like when I look back at my relationships with my teens and my early 20s, when I knew less, the relationships seem to be better. When you know less and you think, it's true, when you think less logically,
or is it
works better.
If you have less responsibilities. Too.
No, I think
when you're in college,
maybe
in high
a little
school,
bit
you
too.
have no responsibilities. But you're so. Are you kidding? You're so involved in the relationship because what else do you have? You have the summer off, and you're gonna go to school. Remember in the summer when we were in Paris that one time with you?
I don't remember.
And Onion One, the four of us, and you guys were making those love tapes for your. Okay, we gotta put the song, and then you stop at the right moment.
Seriously?
Remember the Beverly?
Oh my God.
No. I remember the
Promise
songs.
Me.
Promise Me, Beverly Craven, Promise Me, and then there was
Hélène? Rock Voisine?
Rock Voisine, Hélène. But wait, there was not Lisa Stanfield. That other one. There was Texas.
Say What You Want?
No, it was before that one. It was before.
The Cranberries?
Cranberries was in the early 90s?
What's his name? The guy with the curly...
Bon Jovi?
No. The other one.
Guns N' Roses?
No. Well, Guns N' Roses was Guns N' Roses. What was the song? Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Even
the songs were
the redheaded guy.
Simply Red.
Simply Red. I don't remember the song.
Songs are still very romantic now.
Yes, okay, that's it.
You're
there's...
just not listening to the new music. Listen to Hozier. Listen to...
No, Hozier, I love Hozier.
Do you guys dedicate... Okay, I have a question for you guys. Do you guys dedicate songs to each other? We had songs that were our songs.
I wrote a song for my girlfriend for Valentine's.
Oh
my God. Wow, Shadi, you are cheesy. But I like it.
No, but that's good. That's good.
I like it.
I don't mind it. Like I was about to say, I don't write letters, but like I wrote her a song. We have our song. We have songs that, for example, I listen to a song and I send it to her as a, like, hey, this reminds me of kaza, kaza, kaza. So romance changes. It never dies. It just reinvents itself. Sending someone a post, sending someone a TikTok. Saying,
oh my God, you just reminded me of something because
made me think of you, Masalan. It's the same as telling someone, I have been doing this and this and this. You are on my mind. Blah 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 blah. As a letter.
But do guys do that often now, and girls do that often or not? You guys still do. Yeah. Okay.
I've always been more of a girly guy. So.
but I remember this because do you guys know Bryan Adams? I love Bryan Adams. Like, he wrote the best love songs ever. Like, his songs, seriously, everything I do for... They're just the best. Anyway, so how about...
Richard Marx.
Richard Marx is also... So
I'll be right here waiting for you.
Bryan Adams, and so I randomly listened to songs, and I had this one, Inside Out, which is one of my favorite songs, and this friend of mine was this guy that I know was sitting there, and he started singing it. I just don't really think people. I'm like, oh my God, he told me the story about Bryan Adams. He was dating a girl, and then they broke up. Obviously, I don't know if it was a bad breakup, but he broke her heart or something like that. And she basically took every Bryan Adams song and wrote a story about it based on their relationship. I'm like, who does that anymore? It was so like, when he said, I'm like, and you broke up with her? I'm like, you're an ass. I'm like, that's so sweet. You know what I'm saying? So he will think about that, and that's why he likes Bryan Adams even more, because he connects it to this girl who he still has they're still, I think, friends or something like that. I can't remember. But like, nobody, the effort to sit down and take a piece of paper and a pen and write something down, that's an effort.
No, you know what I think, by the way? I think
the texting, and I hate.
Can I tell you something?
Fucking abbreviations in text.
Can I tell you
Don't
something?
Tell me IDK. Say, I don't know. It's not.
No, I'll tell you what I think is. I'll tell you something. It's not about that, actually. I think I just came up with this.
She had an epiphany.
I just had an epiphany. I think what it is not about taking a piece of paper and writing it out now. I think people don't want to be subjected to that kind of vulnerability and that kind of intimacy, because in essence, you could just put it, like, people are very now, they don't keep their private lives private. Like, I remember these letters, I never showed them to people, and it was just between me and that person. Whereas now you have a text and you're like, oh, look what this person sent me. People, I notice I get told a lot of personal things about people's relationships that I don't necessarily want to hear. But I think maybe that's what it is. It's not about people. I think people are more cautious about that, because you could like pour your heart out to somebody and then you get kind of shot down or kind of get humiliated in front of other people.
No, yeah, but people still send you a long ass text. It's like a chapter saying
now there's the option. Now there's the option. Delete for everyone. You could do that.
Yeah, but you cannot delete for everyone once they've read it and once it's been there.
No, you can't.
You can't.
You can't? You can.
No, sometimes you can't. There's certain times where you cannot delete.
I think you can.
Everyone.
But what I'm saying is that you could, like, now these things are. Because once you do, you have to be very careful what you write, because you're kind of liable. And everybody's everybody's business.
Always been liable, and that's the.
I think it's less so. When I was in my teens, we're talking about 30 years ago, over 30 years ago now. No, it was more like you write a letter. Nobody thought about the consequence. Like you write a letter and somebody sees it.
But they've substituted text messages, long ass text messages, for letters. You know what I'm saying? But it's
different though.
But the actual getting a letter and being able to keep it and storing it somewhere.
And not only that,
what if somebody hacks into your phone, then
not only that, because the messages are instantaneous, right? You send me something that's nice or not nice, I respond to it right away. The letters, we used to get them
a month later.
2-3 weeks later, and then you read it, and then you're like, oh, and so for you to write something back, you have to put some thought into it. It's not like just like really quickly, and then you're like, oh, no, I'm not going to write that, and then you take it and then you write it another again. Like, remember Secret Admirer?
Oh my God.
Rewrite, really, until it's the right one. But I don't know. I just feel like romance is different now. It's redefined.
Different. It's more instant. It's more. There's less.
And that's not just romance. It's the entire
life,
society.
Yeah.
But
that's why I was telling you about the Ikigai. That book is basically, now that we have this epidemic of multitasking with everything, we want to do so many things. We do a ton of things, but we're not necessarily very good at them. And that's why I think love is one of them. Love and connection. We just want to have friends. We want to do things. We want to go out.
Okay,
we want to. But therefore, let me finish my train of thought. But therefore, you don't. Even friends. I've lost so many friends along the way recently. Before that, I had friends that stayed with you for like years and tens of years.
Okay, so now we're not talking about romance anymore.
I'm talking relationships as well in general.
You're talking about creating a profound connection. Because
yes, but I'm talking about romance is the most obvious one of them. Nobody talks about friendships. It's like I was listening to a podcast the other day, and Simon Sinek was saying, he's like, friendships are very important, but we treat them like they're not important.
Yeah.
He's like, we should have therapists for friendships, because sometimes you get into a situation where you can kind of rub each other the wrong way as friends, but you have no recourse. You have no way of like resolving it. So you just kind of like, it's either you drop it, either you kind of power through it or whatever. And it strains friendships sometimes. But with relationships, it's very obvious. You're like, you're not having a good time. You have to go to therapy. You're not able to work on it. So you go to therapy. Whereas friendships are just as important, I find.
I know, definitely. I mean,
and I find them both. I'm talking about both romance and friendships. I find them equally superficial. not
No.
like they used to be.
Of course, no, that goes without saying. So, well, I think
It's like, what's your...
it's like this girl that I know. I don't know how she does it. She sits and talks. She has she meets new people. The thing is, it's not like she has 20 friends from 20 years ago that she's messaging them all nonstop simultaneously. No, she makes at least 2-3 friends every month. And I'm like, how
can you have 20 friends?
How much time does she put into messaging all of them? Like, I'll be like talking to one of our friends in common. I'm like, yeah, she calls me at least once a week. I'm like, how does she manage to keep track of everybody?
Some people are good at that.
Yeah,
I just think that
there's a superficiality.
That's my
to
opinion,
it.
but I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe she has very deep connections, but I have a hard time keeping a deep connection with 3 people, let alone 20 people. Ooh, that was. Anyways, what's your take on like the whole thing? I was thinking about because I thought of you.
Oh,
trad wives.
What's that?
Trad wives is like Nara, the girl that you follow. The one they're basically it's short for traditional wives. So basically, how it's like this whole epidemic of women that they're married, they have kids, and
Popping
they're the
out
homemaker.
babies and they're
They're the
cooking.
homemaker. They cook. They're basically we've gone back to the traditional roles of women versus men, and they seem, for better or for worse, they seem much more fulfilled. They don't it's blurry lines. They don't have blurry lines. It's very clear on what the role is. So what's your take on that? Because you have
I had that conversation. I had that conversation with my friend as well, the ex-boyfriend.
Bestie.
And I was saying, was it with him or was it somebody else? Because I had that conversation very recently. It must have been a week ago, less, about the dynamics of the household has changed, right? So I'm sure women would love to stay home and just take care of the kids and not have to worry about,
Not all, but some would.
Sure, everyone would like to stay home.
Exactly. All would, and our parents' time, it was a one income family. You could live on a one income family. Now, because everything's gone, you can't, literally. Some people do because their husbands make phenomenal money, Jeff Bezos and all of those freaks, but it's not the norm either.
No.
So
but I think it is more the norm than it isn't. It's just now that they're doing it, now they're labeling it. I think most places in the world, well, women work. I don't know what the percentage is. I'm not going to say nonsense. But
I mean either.
There's still a lot of women that rely on their husbands.
Yeah, but when you
Less probably,
okay,
sure.
when you meet a woman that tells you, I take care of the family, I take care of the home and stuff like that, is it more common than meeting a wife that says I work? No, it's more common to meet a woman that says I work. A wife and a mother says I work versus one that says I don't work.
And the ones that don't work say I work. I have to take the kids to
Nara,
school.
by the way, that you mentioned Nara. Yeah, okay, she's the traditional, but she also has a lifestyle where she's a model and stuff like that, and she makes money off of that. She does work, but luckily for her, I'm assuming one of her main sources of income is the fact that she highlights and works the fact that she's a mom.
I don't understand why.
For the fourth time, I might add.
For me, she's pregnant for the fourth time?
Yes.
Ooh, good for her. And they're like, what, 19?
Why is that good? four kids.
4 kids is great.
She got married.
So nice to have kids.
She always wanted 4 kids. She got married at 19 and she's 24 now and she's on her 4th kid.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's
Yeah. I mean, he's a Mormon.
They
don't believe in
You know what I don't
contraceptives.
get nowadays? They don't, by the way.
They have like 13 and 14
kids.
kids.
Can I tell you what I don't get nowadays? I don't get, and I think that annoys the shit out of me, is that why do people always feel like you need to do it their way? Like they'd be like, if you're against trad wives, you don't have to, but you don't have to. Like, khalas, she wants it that way.
Respect.
But
it's a big job, by the way.
I know, but everybody does that. Everybody's like, no, you should do this. Fuck you. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But you'd be happier. Fuck you. How do you know what's going to be? Like, honestly, it kind of annoys me. I think this generation now, everybody's just like...
In your business.
And telling you what you should and shouldn't do. So, what do we think? Do we think romance could be brought back if we had less open tabs and we were multitasking much less? Or do we want romance, or is it take a different form? Okay, I have to ask you something. Let's see. Let's see if there's any.
I don't know if romance is dead or not. I'm also at an age right now where men think differently and women think. 47 is different than when you're in your teens and your 20s when it comes to romance, even 30s.
I'm still my hope. I'm still
because at 47, who are the single guys? There are single guys. They're not that many. Just like there aren't.
They're
that
all
many.
on dating apps.
They're all on dating apps.
Actually, they're not even single.
They're all on dating apps, or they're married, divorced, and going through a midlife crisis, which is never a good thing either for somebody who's not going through a midlife crisis. So it's you
could be his wingman. You could be like hang out with him, party with him.
I'm a great wingman too, by the way.
I know it's fun.
It's fun.
That's the most fun, to go out with a guy who's divorced and wants to just like let loose. Good, it's fun.
No, let loose.
Oh, so it's not romantic.
The wingman, it means you're helping him pick up.
Yeah, I know.
Loose. Yeah, okay, but the difference is that usually.
But you'll be right there when he's over his. When he's over his conquests.
The guys never help out the girl if there's a guy that's interested. Like it's a very one-way street, by the way.
They don't help out?
No, never.
No, because you would never let someone else
to you.
Take the woman who you're waiting to go to after you finish.
Your friend.
So I'm right.
What?
So the man will take you. You're his wingman. Just until he finishes his whole but
he
gets out of the system.
It's very selfish because they're like, you're my friend. I wouldn't want you to hook up with a random guy. Bardo, you're a nice person, stuff like that. Okay, so you can hook up with the sluts, and I'll help you hook up with the sluts, and then I have to go home alone, depressed. You know what I'm saying? Which, by the way, in Boston, when I lived in Boston, Omar, the amount of girls I helped him pick up, I swear, it was like. We were like, everybody used to look at us. A girl walks in.
Like you guys were working like hustlers.
Total hustlers. Like you should have seen me sometimes. Like I would send a drink to him and her and pretend that he bought it for her. Okay? I'm not kidding. I would tell the bartender, I'm in cahoots with the bartenders for a friend of mine. But he crosses the street, goes back home, does God knows what, and then I take a cab home. Pass my Blockbuster.
You deserve Blockbuster. Blockbuster was probably invented for people like you.
Probably.
You go at the end of the night.
No, but that's the difference between men and women. I'm not going to pick up a guy and go home with them. Some sluts do, but
no judgment. Let's not judge people.
My friends would go home with these girls, so clearly, but we were not brought up that way, so it wasn't a thing for me. Like it wasn't like you can't do it. Like I couldn't do it. I wouldn't want to do it. So but of course, finding meaningful relationships in bars and stuff like that is also really kind of illogical.
I don't know. I think it's more. Well, maybe because I grew up in that. I think it's better to find romance in a bar than it is to find on a dating app.
No, dating app, they're creepy. Like this, to me,
some people find relationships in dating apps and they get married.
And then also I'd be like, Nira, you have to pay to get the premium on the dating app.
Seriously?
Yes.
You're paying?
Yes, you have to
find a husband?
Yes, you have to pay.
Or a boyfriend?
Yeah, I was only on. Which one was it?
We used to get them for free at the bar. Our drinks were paid for, exactly like what you were saying.
Yes. So it's different now. So and you never know what to expect.
For me, maybe I'm old school, but I feel like when you see the person in reality, there's more of you can gauge that person, and what kind of person he is.
Yeah, well, the thing is, you meet them on one of these dating apps, and then you meet them in person. But like sometimes when a really hot guy is talking to you on dating apps, I'm like, why are you on a dating app? Why do you have problems finding somebody? I don't get it. There's something wrong.
99% is crazy.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying. He works in the Royal Marine. He works in the Royal Marines and for the Queen and I don't know what. And really good looking.
Which Queen?
Of England. This was years ago before she passed away. And I'm thinking, is this like you're looking for a relationship, or you're just looking for a booty call next time you like plunk in a city because the Navy send you there? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're not sure which one it is. Or if they're just lying and they're really fugly and they just stole that picture.
Listen, I think it's really weird because also recently there was this chat, that guy who proposed to his chatbot.
Oh my God.
Is it? And he's married.
I read that.
He's married. No, wait.
Oh, that's right. You said this.
He's married with a kid, and she was talking on the interview. I was not really happy, but I think if he found love, and he cried for half an hour when his When
Oh, you know that's-
whatever
you
is it a chatbot that
You
she
said
said
it to me.
yes?
I just couldn't-
and he cried for 30 minutes. His eyes out. I was like, okay, man, you're fucking loony,
Have you not seen her?
huh?
Have you not seen her?
No, she's on
face?
computer.
Oh, the movie, her.
Oh, the one with Joaquin
I thought you
Phoenix.
haven't seen her. Is she pretty?
No,
No, I haven't.
I haven't. I should see it.
Her with River Phoenix?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin, I was gonna say, wow.
No, Joaquin. He falls in love with what's
Chatbot.
the chatbot, the Siri. That.
There was another time when you remember there's a movie with Ryan Gosling who had this doll. That to me was so creepy as well.
Lars, something in The Real Girl.
Yes.
Blade Runner.
No. This is Ryan Gosling, and there's a movie where he
was
had
nominated.
The doll.
The doll.
and he becomes like
He's in
I don't
a
remember really well.
relationship.
He's in a relationship with her,
and his brothers or sister is really upset. And
I don't know. Are these?
Lars and The Real Girl.
Can I tell you something? Maybe it's a case of these crazy people are being highlighted much more than they were before. But we think that this is the norm, but most people don't really fall in love with mannequin dolls that they sleep with. Or
what makes the news? Some weird freak that says I proposed to my AI, whatever.
Yes, it's true, and
Or
that's why I think
somebody
it's
that says,
sensationalism.
I proposed to my sweetheart girlfriend who I've known. We've been dating since I was 16.
Okay.
Old news. Who gives a shit? Next, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we want to hear the crazy shit.
It's like the woman who fell in love with a plane. Wasn't there somebody that fell in love with a plane?
She's dry humping it.
Well, clearly she must have been. But no, there is. Wait, was it with you where there's a name for it, where she's...
A name for being in love with a plane?
A plane or something. It's an inanimate object, needless to say.
Okay, let's end on this note. This is crazy.
It's so... And then so Heba, tell me, do you think romance is still alive? When somebody tells you, I'm in love with a fucking plane?
Listen,
Oh my God.
When I agree with that. I agree with that, like exactly what you said. Totally 100%. People just want the sensational kind of crazy, wacky news to make headlines. So I think that's what it is. I don't think they're more predominant. I think they're just more crazy and people are interested in hearing like, oh my God, is this person crazy? Anyways, so on that note, but when I read my love letters from 30 years ago, I thought they were just as cute as when I read them then.
No, of course. They're adorable.
So we want to hear from everybody else. Does everybody think romance is dead?
Or what do you do that you think is really romantic?
Yes. What is your definition of romance? Curious here. Because I guess it's subjective.
It is, very.
Okay, on that note, bye everyone, and we will speak to you next week.
Have a lovely weekend.
Okay, that's a wrap. If you're still here, you must have enjoyed yourself, so subscribe and leave a review and share this with the one person who needs to hear it. Find us on Instagram for behind the scenes on what's coming next. See you next time, same place, same chaos.